The Greek Civil War became an irreversible conflict in late 1946. It was one of the key episodes of the Cold War. In March 1947, it led to the Truman Doctrine. Until mid-46, the communist press viewed the Americans as a secondary factor in Greece. In September, Rizzospastis complained about the arrivals of the battleship Missouri and the aircraft carrier Roosevelt. The American fleet's presence in Greek waters caused alarm. It was seen as a sign of an upcoming U.S. occupation. In November, Rizzospastis openly linked British and American policies. Blatant Anglo-American intervention in government question. During the same period, there was the first mention of the Democratic Army of northern Greece. However, the name of its leader, Markos Vafiadis, was only published in February 1947, probably due to the antagonism between Zachariadis and Vafiadis. When the Democratic Army was formed, partisan activity increased. The aim was to crush government resistance before the Americans could intervene. In November, Rizzospastis claimed victories for the partisans. They controlled 100 villages near Grivena and many in Thessaly. They had set up their own courts. In December, Field Marshal Montgomery arrived in Athens. The goal was to rebuild the Greek army, with a force of at least 90,000 men. Montgomery stated that order had to be restored solely by the Greek government. British troops would soon be withdrawn from Greece. In early 1947, a period of inactivity followed in the North, due to the visit of the United Nations Commission of Investigation. The Greek government had already accused the partisans of receiving aid from Albania, Yugoslavia, and Bulgaria. The Commission was allowed access to the countries under accusation. It was even invited to the general headquarters of the Democratic Army. The Commission received conflicting evidence about foreign aid to the partisans. Its Soviet and American members were divided. Its final report criticized the Greek government for some aspects of its internal policy, as well as the communist neighbors for supporting the rebels. The British government had agreed to support Greece financially only until March 1947. By then, the Greek state itself had almost reached the point of collapse. In the United States, President Truman and Secretary of State Marshall were steadily moving toward direct intervention. Truman delivered his historic address to Congress. He asked for $400 million to be shared between Greece and Turkey.
We shall not realize our objectives, however, unless we are willing to help free peoples to maintain their free institutions and their national integrity against aggressive movements that seek to impose upon them totalitarian regimes. This is no more than a frank recognition that totalitarian regimes imposed upon free peoples by direct or indirect aggression undermine the foundations of international peace and hence the security of the United States.